All right, so I know you're probably a guy and you're like, why is some broad playing with power tools? Because it's fun. I don't know. I like guy things to play around, fudge around. I like gadgets and gizmos. All right, so we're going to play with this like it's a 1970s chemistry kit or Erectus set. All right, so I'm going to show you on unboxing, a demonstration, how to oil this son of a bitch, how to also clean the son of a bitch, what can go wrong, what will not go wrong, what can blow up in your face, and how not to cut your fingers off and become handless as well. We're going to actually, I'm going to show you how to, when the chain sags, that the instructions weren't clear about fixing, let's just get into this shiz. All right, so don't hit the back button because I'm one of the few people on YouTube that are actually going to show you a product that is unbiased. This is my unbiased review. I actually paid for the item. Now, most of the YouTubers you're going to see out there have gotten these items for free. So if you know what I mean, their bias is going to be in a positive manner towards the product because they didn't pay for it. If you don't pay for something, you're going to glower over it. All right, so this is the boring part. Here's what you're getting. Now, what I liked about it, it came with an oil oiler, as you can see right there. A lot of these don't come with the the auto oiler, which these things are oil thirsty. Now, between every 10 to 15 cuts, you're going to have to keep oiling it. Otherwise, this thing is going to actually not work anymore. The actual chain and the guide, which is right there, is going to wear out and you're going to be screwed. All right, so what you're getting here is two 2600 mAh batteries. A lot of these units only come with one portable battery. You're going to get the charger, you're going to get safety glasses, you're going to get these gloves. They're never very good. You're going to get two extra chains and a bar or a guide right there. And you're going to get the plastic case to hold it in. You're going to get a little screwdriver, no oil. You're going to need bar and chain oil. So let's go to the more boring part right here. Here we go. Here's the schematics. Well, not schematics, but item description. It only weighs under 2 pounds. It's 61% lighter than traditional models. Now, if you have issues with joints or you're elderly or you don't like heavy things, this is perfect for you. It's battery-powered wood cutting. Now, there's other things you can use it for. You can cut shrubs. You can also cut through PVC pipe with most of these things. Do not try cutting through metal or you will die. All right, its ergonomic grip ensures fatigue-free operation, especially for women and seniors. High-efficiency cutting. Now, I chose the 8-inch blade, and I'll tell you why. I wanted to try out the 8-inch blade because I always see these ones in 6-inch or 4-inch. The bigger the blade, the bigger the piece of wood you can cut through. All right, this mini electric chainsaw slices through 8-inch hardwood, effortlessly surpassing 6-inch models with a stronger tackling power for thicker wood. Cuts 4 times faster than manual saws. Perfect. Oh, this is great for camping, by the way. Or if you hunt and you need to get brush out of the way, perfect, because you can carry it around. And crafting wood products with surgical precision. We'll see about that. All right, dual battery, marathon runtime. And I'm going to tell you, 2600 mAh isn't a beast. So I'm going to guess you're going to get anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes per battery. The more you're going to cut, the more thicker pieces of wood you're going to cut, the less the runtime on the battery is going to be. Thus, it's going to burn out quicker. All right, they do sell ones. It's very rare with 4,000 mAh batteries. And yeah. All right. Now, it says 120 plus continuous cuts per charge. I will tell you, I'm not thinking that that's true unless you're cutting really thin things. You're cutting logs for the fireplace. I think it's going to last less. All right. So here we go. The smart battery indicator. An adapter ensure uninterrupted workflow. By the way, I just got interrupted with a text. 2-3 hours, get a fully charged. Get a fully charged for. Oh my God, my husband's bothering me. 2 to 3 hours, get a fully charged for electric saw. 2 batteries providing 71 minutes. I think that's between the 2 batteries. Auto oiler. Now, I'm going to suggest you get spray-on lube, which I'll talk about later. All right, no manual adjustments. This is another plus. A lot of these you have to use tools to tighten a lot of the things like the chain and so on and so forth. All right, let's get to other things. You can handle branch, trimming, hedge clearing, small tree pruning, and cutting through PVC pipes. All right, next, you were probably bored as, you were bored as shit. 2 packs of the 2600 mAh batteries. They're not beasts, but a lot of these units come with only 1500 mAh or 2000 mAh batteries. So this is on the upper end, but not the highest end. It's a 60-minute working time, and I believe that's in between the 2 batteries. Have them charged before lighting this baby up. All right, there we go, the automatic lubing system, which will have a plastic bubble cap on the top that you prime. Now, most of these, you'll squeeze the bubble and try to get the oil on the thing, and if you squeeze it once or twice or 3 times, not enough oil goes onto the blade. So make sure you squeeze it enough times where you see some oil on the blade. Next, 21.65 feet per second chain speed. We're going to test that out. It can cut through 8-inch logs. Updated, bigger, and more powerful motor. Here we go, durable alloy chains for superior performance. You can get replacement blades very, very cheap on Amazon. Just make sure it has enough. You see these little cutting apparatuses? Make sure it has the same amount, and it should work. High efficiency, high power motor, overload protection. There we go. So here we go. We have the automatic chain oiler, which is really not automatic. I'm going to tell you that much. Your best bet is to get some spray lube, which I'll show you what I'm going to get. All right, let's go ahead, unbox this baby. You're bored, probably, you'd rather watch paint peel than watch this video. Once again, I am not bullshitting you. I buy these things. And so I suggest fluid film. And it's a really good lubricant. It's a basic dry lubricant, even though it's a lubricant. And you don't want to get something that's going to gunk up as much, because when you're cutting through shrubs, it's going to stick to the blade, getting into the motor. This is a really good lubricant that you spray on. And it's inexpensive. So I'm going to give you links in the description below to buy this. And proving that I am not a liar, no unbiased opinion here, because I paid for this shiz. And this I suggest as well. You can use it on all different kinds of tools to get the sap and the stickiness off the blade. You can just spray it on and wipe it off. And I'm going to give you links in the description below to clean your blade with this. You see, I buy these things. So I'm going to give you links. You can get an extra guide plate. You can get extra chains. As you can see, extra chains are really cheap. There you go. You might want to stock up on a few if you're going to do a lot of cutting. And they're very, very inexpensive. Here it is. All right, so you don't want some chick yammering on. So I'm going to probably speed up I'm going to speed myself up. All right, so let's get this opened and check it out. So here we go. And voila. All right, so you get instrucciones, which are never very good. That's why you're going to watch my video. And yeah, it gives you all kinds of information. Does it even tell you how to put the new blade on? Yes, it does. Oh, great. Okay, a lot of these instruction booklets suck. You get a pair of gloves. They're not the best. It's supposed to stop. It's like cutting gloves, but these will not protect you. You could like lose a hand. All right, they're actually nice and soft. All right, next, you're going to get, something fell back here somewhere. Oh, here's an extra guide plate, which is really, really useful. All right, let's go ahead. The charger. And I'm going to probably have to fast forward this and sound like a chipmunk. You have one of your batteries here. You have an oil can, and oh my God, they actually gave a little oil. It's a freaking miracle, but buy some. Buy the spray stuff. It's like, you know, and you can get, also I'll put DEWALT or Toro bar chain oil in the description below to buy that. But I will tell you, these will leak. If you pour the oil in there, it's going to leak inside the case. And for some reason, these stupid things leak. Here's the extra chains for 8-inch. There we go. You can get a 6-inch version of this particular one, which I'll link you guys up. I'll give you links for all these products. You get safety glasses, and they did not come broken, which is a miracle, because 9 times out of 10, these come broken. All right, next, let's see what else comes in here. Another battery. Really great. A screwdriver. And I'll show you. You're going to need to tighten this little spot. There's a nut in there, right there. And, yeah. All right, let's get to the saw. Right off the bat, what I like about this is sometimes they'll give you these cases, and with the blade on it, you can't store it in the box at all, because you have to take the damn blade off to fit it in the box. This is phenomenal. You'll just have to make sure that the battery is off, and you could just stick it somewhere else in the box. All right, let's take this out, and it's a butte. It's an actual butte already. I love it. All right, these are cheap Chinese products. You can see there's oil already on here, which is a good thing. All right, there we go. Here's the oiler. The oiler. It's like the Tin Man. You unscrew it. You're going to pour your oil or your Earl in there, and you might want to get a funnel. All right, so you're going to say to yourself, well, how the hell am I going to get the oil in there? You can get tin foil and make your own funnel. You can get a piece of paper and roll it up and stick it in here. But I have these. I have these laying around the house. You can get these on Amazon. I'll try to link you guys up to these things. So you'd put one of these in here, and you could pour your Earl, as they say in Brooklyn, in here. Or you could put it with this little one. There you go. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. In this case, I will put some Earl in here. Very little Earl. We don't want to F this thing up, because if there's no oil that's going on to this guide and chain, it's gonna destroy the bar. This is usually called a bar. It's gonna just get mangled, and so will the chain. And it's just you're gonna go through chains and guides like crazy. Actually, let's put the smaller funnel. Pour this baby in here, and we're gonna take off the lid. And let's go ahead and do this. And this is probably gonna be in fast motion, because people have TikTok attention spans these days. So we're gonna pour the Earl in there. And you don't want to overflow this. You can take your bar oil, the liquid version that I'm going to link you guys up to, and get a funnel and put it inside here, and then have this Earl with you at all times. Then you're going to replace the bubbler cap, and you're just going to screw it on and make sure it's tight. This is going to leak. I'm going to tell you right now. They have this little thing underneath this. If you take this off, it's a tiny little line that's just open, completely open at all times. So the oil is going to leak out through this machine when you lay it down inside here. So we're going to prime this a couple of times. Let's go ahead and do that. And I don't even detect any oil. Oh, it's dripping now. There we go. So I'm just going to distribute it this way. I'm going to stick a battery in there really quick to get this spinning around on here. Did not charge the batteries up, which will take hours. Right there, you plug your charger end in there and the other end into a wall socket. It should come with some juice. So let's go ahead and stick this battery in. And this is actually got a guard button right here. So it's for righties. If you're a lefty, you're sort of screwed. I mean, your trigger finger, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to hold down the button and this button if you're a lefty. So if you're a lefty, I don't know, you might not like this machine too much. Oh, where was I? Oh, I have to put the battery in. Oh shit, I dropped it. All right, hold on. All right, let's, oh, Earl got on it already. Just going to wipe it. Okay. All right, let's get this baby in here. Okay, it's locked and loaded. All right, you ready? Press down that button. And you want to get that oil or Earl distributed into the blade and the guide post. Okay, this is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Now let me see if the charger lets you know, like the indication on it. I don't see an indication, maybe on the battery itself. There is no indication that this thing is fully charged. So like, how do you know? I think it's supposed to light up somewhere. All right, let's go out and just do a quick test. I forgot to mention you want a little slack on your chain. And if it gets loose, I think this might tighten it. Let's see. I think this should tighten your chain. Let me double check on here. It does, but it doesn't. So I think you're going to want to get in there with the screwdriver, which is right there. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go ahead and get in there with our screwdriver. I just want to make sure there's some slack on this chain. And let me see if this is the ticket. This is what we need to do. So I'm going in here with the screwdriver and trying to show you guys ways to tighten this sucker up. I got Earl all over my hands. Now, it's going to get loose after every couple of uses. And you got to just, realize that you're going to have to keep tightening up this chain. And this takes off the housing so you can change the blade. I just want to make sure. Oh, yeah, it's nice and tight. If you look, the bubble or the bubbler shows you that it has oil or Earl in it. And you don't want to overflow this baby. It's going to leak all over your toolbox. I did fail to tell you guys is make sure when you put the chain on, the chains are facing this way. I don't know if you can see. This way. You see? Because if you don't, what's going to happen is it's not going to cut. And you're going to say, oh, the thing is broken. So when you're putting your chain on, make sure it's in this orientation with these pieces going in this direction right here, in this direction. Otherwise, you're fudged. Now, I have an issue with pokeberry that grew through my rose hedges. I don't know if you can see this, but it's really, yeah, it's not good. So I'm going to try to cut it. Let's zoom in to show you the width of the branch. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to try to cut that out right now. Now, what you need to do is hold it with one hand while you're cutting. Otherwise, mishaps can happen. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull this forward and try to cut this down. If I can reach it. Okay, let's go ahead and see if this cuts. I'm going to just turn my camera this way. There we go. And this is pretty thick, this thing. Ooh, leaves are going in my mouth right now. So I'm going to turn this sucker on. Whoa. And you really want to get a good grip on this thing. Wow. It goes so fast that you really got to get a better grip on whatever you're cutting. And look, it's tangled in here. A tangled mess. Let me just try to pull it out. Hold on. Okay. All right. We got that out. Next. I don't know if you can see how thick this is. I mean, this is a real bitch. And I'm trying to get it out of here. And there's thorns everywhere. All right. I'm going to try to hold this. And there we go. That's gone now. Thank the good Lord. And next, we got this issue right here with more poisonberry growing. I call it poisonberry. It's pokeberry. Growing through my Japanese barberries. And I'm going to try to get rid of this shiz and trim my barberry. And it's got barbs in it. It's really bad thorns. And we got it out of there. I got another one of these poison barberries. I don't know if you guys can see. Just going to lower this down a little. And see this? All right. Whoa. Okay, we got it out of there. Thank God. All right, next. Let's go ahead and play with this baby. All right, so there. It's gone. Thank God. And you can see, look how big this is. This was really annoying. Okay, what I don't suggest you doing is cutting things like vines and things like this. Like this is a weeping cherry tree. It's going to get caught inside the motor housing. It's going to wrap around it, and you're going to be fudged. All right, so let's go ahead and check out some of the things that you can do with this. Now, I will tell you, my chain was loose, and I tightened. I'll just show you. This is going to save you. This is going to change your life. All right, so when I pulled on the chain, it was loose. And that little bolt that it has, I got to find it, which is right here. Oops. I was tightening it, and nothing was happening, and I was pulling it. It was still loose. You have to loosen this up first by turning it counterclockwise, like once or twice until you turn this little screw with the screwdriver, and it tightens your chain. Just leave a little slack where you can pull down on it, and that's how you tighten. This doesn't tighten the chain. This tightens this and the guide plate. So you're going to have to loosen this and turn this little Phillips head screw and turn it and tighten it clockwise until it has just a little bit of slack. All right, so now we're going over to the fire pit, and we're going to try to cut up some wood. So I'm going to pull out a log. And you want to be smart. You want to hold one edge of the log down with your hand and the other end with this. Now I'm going to do it left-handed, which is sort of dumb. If there's a piece of metal pipe, get it the hell away. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, you ready? All right, I'm holding the safety button, and then I'm going to pull the trigger. Boom. Booyah. When you're done, best bet, get a can of air. Can of air. I'm just going to put the straw on it. You got to get all the dust and the debris out of the gear because it's going to seize up your machine and overheat it. So, I mean, they should have had a better thing to protect from debris getting in there. Just to show you, like, I had some actual vines caught in there. That's why you really don't want to do anything that's viney. So you want to get in there with the air can and get all the shiz out. See? Lots of stuff is flying out of this right now. So, yeah, you're going to have to maintain this thing. Do you hear that? One of my neighbors is now using a real chainsaw. Oh my God, how ironic. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, like, make sure you maintain the machine, oil it well, wipe it down when you're done, oil it, oil it, oil it. If you're cutting through really heavy things, oil it. Just keep it oiled, not where it's dripping, but oil it. You can get the spray-on lube, or you can add it to the bowl, but it's going to leak into your box. I will warn you. You want to blow it out with a can of air. I will give you a link to can of air. You might want to get a duster, dust out all that stuff, because what will happen is it'll get into the motor, and it'll get into the gear wheel, which is in here. And once that shit gets in the gear wheel, this thing is going to seize up and overheat. It's not even going to spin. It's going to make your saw blade, it's going to slack. Also, if you do not oil it enough, this will slack and sag. And this guide thing will be toast. It'll be toast. All right, so I kept oiling it. I cleaned it. I blew out all the shit. And I really think this is a great saw. And some applications of thinner things, like I shouldn't have grabbed vine-like things. It was too powerful. It was too fast. It was getting everything caught up. I did find a piece of the vine stuck in the gear wheel. I had to pull it out. A lot of people give this bad reviews because they say the chain sags. And I will show you how to undo that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to loosen this. You're going to loosen this by turning it counterclockwise, not clockwise, counterclockwise. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get in there with this screwdriver. Well, this Phillips head screwdriver. And this is the nut I'm talking about. After you turn this counterclockwise and loosen it up, you're going to want to get into this spot right here. It's very small. It's under the blade. And you're going to want to turn this tight, righty-tighty. And then you're going to keep testing. You're going to keep pulling on your chain. If it's loose, you're going to tighten it. You can't over-tighten it or you're going to destroy this. You see how it has a little give? That's just good enough. Make sure it's in the channel. And booyah. Then you're going to tighten this piece down. It's going to hold your guide. It's going to make sure this thing doesn't mangle and fly out. All right, I give this a 5-star. I really think it was great. I have a lot more heavy, things to cut. Now, if there's a power outage in the area, it's going to be great for falling trees. Now, can you cut down a whole huge mature tree? Answer is probably not, or you'll go through 6,000 batteries doing it for hours. But for something 8 inches or less in diameter, this is good to go. I give this a 5-star. Links in the description below for all the products I told you need. Sorry I talk too much, and I never shut up, so I'm going to probably have this thing fast-forwarded, and I'll sound like a chipmunk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next unbiased unboxing, demonstration, how-to, video.